Welcome to Love Science Today, the podcast where we explore modern relationships through psychology, sociology, philosophy, and real human behavior. Here we study attraction, intimacy, boundaries, and emotional safety in the age of digital connection. If you want to understand love on a deeper level, you are in the right place. Let us begin. Is it chemistry or conditioning? Understanding your type. I want you to think about the last person you met who made your knees weak. You know the feeling. You lock eyes across a room, or you start texting, and suddenly logic goes out the window. You tell your friends, "I've never felt like this before. They are exactly my type." But then, 3 months later, you find yourself in the exact same argument you had with your ex. You feel the exact same anxiety. You feel the exact same disappointment. And you ask yourself the question that haunts so many of us. Why do I keep falling for the same person, just with a different face? Welcome back to Love Science Today, where we decode the patterns behind your passions and bring clarity to connection. I'm Kenny OJO. Today we are tackling a big one. We are challenging the sacred cow of modern dating, the spark. We are asking, is that intense pull you feel actually chemistry? Or is it something much older, much deeper, and much more dangerous? Is it possible that your type, whether it's the brooding artist, the damsel in distress, or the emotionally unavailable workaholic, isn't a preference, but a program? Today we explore chemistry versus conditioning. Segment 1, Attraction Isn't Random, the Blueprint. Let's start by busting a myth. We like to believe attraction is this cosmic, mystical force. We think Cupid shoots an arrow and boom, we fall in love. But science tells us a different story. Attraction is not random, it is highly predictable. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. From the moment you were born, you started building a database of what love looks like, sounds like, and feels like. You watched your parents, you watched your siblings, you watched your early caregivers, and you created a love blueprint. Here is the catch. Your brain prioritizes familiarity over safety. If your childhood home was chaotic, your brain learned chaos equals home. If your childhood love was earned through performance, your brain learned anxiety equals love. If your caregivers were emotionally distant, your brain learned distance equals desire. So when you walk into a bar as an adult, your subconscious is scanning the room. It ignores the nice, stable person because they feel foreign. It zeroes in on the person who has the same emotional frequency as your past because they feel familiar. You think, wow, we have so much chemistry. But your nervous system is actually saying, I know this game. I know how to play this role. Let's do it again. Segment 2, Chemistry versus Conditioning, the dopamine trick. So how do we tell the difference? How do we distinguish between genuine, healthy chemistry and a trauma bond? Let's look at the neurochemistry. Chemistry, the real kind, is curiosity. It's interest. It's a slow burn that invites you to come closer. Conditioning feels like an emergency. When you meet someone who matches your unhealed wounds, your type, your brain releases a massive spike of dopamine. But here's the trick. Dopamine is not the pleasure molecule. It is the anticipation molecule. It spikes highest when the reward is uncertain. If you meet someone inconsistent, someone who texts back instantly one day and ignores you the next, your brain goes into overdrive. You are gambling. You are waiting for the win. The anxiety you feel, the racing heart, the obsession, we call that passion, but in a lab, we call that intermittent reinforcement. We call that conditioning. You aren't connecting with the human soul. You are reacting to a trigger. That high you are chasing isn't love. It's the relief of temporary safety in an unsafe situation. And real chemistry shouldn't make you feel like you're on a roller coaster without a seatbelt. It should make you feel like you finally stopped running. Segment 3, Case Study, Dara and the Brooding Creative. To understand this, let's look at Dara. Dara is 29. She's an editor, smart, self-aware. But Dara had a specific type. She loved the brooding creative. Musicians, writers, artists, men who were deep, mysterious, and intense. She told her friends, I just need someone with depth. Nice guys are so boring. But the pattern was always the same. Month 1. Intense romance, late night talks about the universe. Month 3. He pulls away. He gets depressed or busy. Month 6. Dara is exhausted, anxious, doing all the emotional labor to keep him afloat. One day, Dara was venting to a friend, crying about her latest boyfriend who hadn't texted in 3 days. Her friend asked a question that stopped her cold. "Dara, what did love look like when you were 5 years old?" Dara went silent. She thought about her dad. He wasn't a bad man. He was a brilliant architect, but he was absent. He was often locked in his study, working. He was moody. When he did come out, he was charming and fun. Dara spent her whole childhood trying to be interesting enough to get him to open the door. Dara realized she wasn't looking for a boyfriend. She was looking for a do-over. She was unconsciously choosing men who felt like her father, hoping that this time she could be special enough to make them stay. She wasn't attracted to their creativity. She was attracted to their emotional unavailability because it gave her a job to do. Segment 4. The science of repetition compulsion. What Dara experienced has a name in psychology. Freud called it repetition compulsion. It is the human drive to repeat the past, even the painful parts, in an attempt to master it. We think, if I can just get this unavailable person to love me, it will fix the wound from 20 years ago. It will prove I am lovable. But here is the hard truth. Relationships are not therapy sessions. Your partner is not your parent. And your healing cannot come from reliving the wound. You cannot drink poison and expect to get healthy. If you keep dating your type and getting the same result, it is not bad luck. It is your subconscious trying to solve a puzzle that cannot be solved by playing the game. It can only be solved by leaving the table. Segment 5. How to rewire attraction, the protocol. So the big question, can we change our type? Can we rewire our attraction? The answer is yes. But it takes work. Neuroplasticity is real, but you have to actively build new pathways. Here is your 5-step protocol to break the conditioning. Step 1. The X-Files audit. Make a list of your last 3 to 5 major partners or crushes. Don't look at their hair color or job. Look at the emotional dynamic. Did they make you feel anxious? Did you have to chase them? Were you the fixer? Find the common denominator. That is your conditioning. Step 2. Trace the origin. Ask the hard question. Who does this remind me of? Is it your critical mother? Your absent father? Your chaotic sibling? Once you link the partner to the parent, the spell starts to break. You realize, I'm not in love with him. I'm trying to fix my dad. Step 3. The somatic check, body awareness. The next time you meet someone and feel that spark, stop. Check your body. Is your stomach tight? Is your breath shallow? Are you leaning forward, trying to impress? That is not love. That is hyperarousal. That is a trauma response. Now look for the person who makes your breath drop into your belly. The person who makes your shoulders relax. We need to rebrand boring as peace. Step 4. Dietary changes for the heart. If you are addicted to sugar, vegetables taste bland. If you are addicted to toxic intensity, healthy people feel bland. You have to stay on the healthy diet long enough for your taste buds to change. Give the nice guy or nice girl a second date. Give them a third date. Allow yourself to experience safety. You might find that safety is actually incredibly sexy once you stop shaking. Step 5. Get support. This is deep wiring. Often we need a guide, a therapist, or a coach to help us regulate our nervous system when we panic in the absence of drama. Reflection? Questions. I want to leave you with some prompts to sit with this week. Journal on these. What is the story my relationships always seem to tell? E.g., I always get left, or I always have to save them. Who taught me what love should feel like? Does my type create anxiety or peace? Can I be open to someone who feels unfamiliar, but kind? Final thoughts. I want you to know this. Your type isn't fate, it's programming. And programming can be updated. You do not need to chase chaos to feel alive. You can choose peace and still find passion. In fact, you will find a deeper passion, one that doesn't burn you out, but lights you up. You deserve a love that doesn't hurt. You deserve a love that heals. This has been Love Science Today. I'm Kenny Ojo. If this episode helped you connect the dots, please share it. Let's break these cycles together. Until next time, love clearly, love consciously, love science.